is a very important lesson. Okay. So today we'll be discussing past perfect, and I'm talking about past perfect simple and past perfect continuous. So I believe you guys maybe memorize the objectives. You have to know or recognize the different situations where you have to use the past perfect. You have to understand the difference between the past perfect simple and the past perfect continuous. You also should be able to create sentences related to your life and maybe in class related to the past perfect tense. Okay, so regarding the form, you have, sorry. Okay, so regarding the form, this time it's only one word with the verb, because if you guys remember the present perfect, we used to have has or have, okay? Now, this time with the past perfect, you only need one word, which is had, and it works for both the singular and the plural, and also verb 3. So one example might be, you had found, he had been, we had talked, okay? And regarding the verb 3, the same thing applies when you talk about regular and irregular. So the final thing is the subject using the had, the past participle, or the verb 3 of the tense. Now, when do we use the past perfect simple? Let's check this example. So I have one action, another action, two actions, okay? So it says Carlos woke up late and he didn't have time to take a shower or eat breakfast, okay? So woke up and take a shower or eat breakfast. And these two sentences, both of them is in the simple past. So when you have two actions in the past, and the timeline here shows you that it's in the past, okay? So if you have two actions in the past, the action that occurred, the first one, should be expressed using the past perfect. Once you use the past perfect to show it or to express it, the listener will immediately understand that this action happened before another action in the past. So you end up having this. He didn't have time to take a shower because he had woken up late. Why had woken up late again? Because it is the first action in the past. So you might have 3, 4, 5, okay? You go back, you organize your ideas, you organize the actions, and you ask yourself which action occurred or happened first. And the action that happened before the other action in the past should be expressed using past perfect. Another example. So we went on a holiday. Someone broke into our house. We arrived. We discovered that someone had broken into our house. So I have 1, 2, 3. And I want to express that we figured out that somebody broke into our house. So since this one happened before you arrived, you have to express it using the past perfect. So you say, we discovered that someone had broken, not someone broke, simple past, okay? So in general, we say, we use the past perfect to express the idea that something occurred before another action in the past, okay? And they say that's why it's combined usually with the simple past. Now, let's see this situation. Okay, so you have the movie started, one action. We arrived at the cinema. Okay, so how can I express the situation? So the movie started and we arrived to at the cinema, sorry. So this happened first and this happened after. So in English, when you want to show this, that this one happened first before another action in the past, you do this. We arrived at the cinema. When we arrived at the cinema, the film had already started. So why Ms. Rima decided to write this verb here using the past perfect? Because it's the action that happened before, okay? And this one, as you can see, guys, is written in the simple past. So we can say in general that there is a good relationship between the past perfect and the simple past. Okay, so now let's see the past perfect continuous. The past perfect, oh, before I say something about the past perfect continuous, sorry, I just want to highlight that this is the only use for past perfect in English. That's why maybe some students feel it's easy because it's one usage, okay? Only expressing an action that happened before another action in the past, and that's it. No other uses for the past perfect. Okay, now the past perfect continuous. So regarding the form, you have the subject in the affirmative or in the statement. You have to use had, okay? If you use has or have, you are talking about the present perfect continuous, not the past. You also have been, the verb along with ing. And I always tell my students, if it's continuous, any tense in the world, if it's continuous, you have to find the ing somewhere, okay? If the question says choose between past perfect simple and past perfect continuous, and you found yourself answering and your answer does not have ing in it somewhere, okay, it means that you're not writing the past perfect continuous correctly. It has to have ing, whether it's the past continuous, present continuous, the present perfect continuous, it has to have ing. It's a must. So now the negative subject had, and you just add not to it. Then the verb with ing, they had not been playing tennis. In the interrogative form or the question, you ask using had first, then you have the subject. So it's like you're switching them. So had, subject, been, the verb with ing. Had they been playing tennis, and definitely with a question mark. Now the usage. Okay, when do we use this tense? So we use the past perfect continuous to show that something started in the past and continued till another time in the past. Okay, so again, when I say he had been driving for 2 hours and I use a continuous form, I am referring back to a period of time in the past, only in the past. Okay, when I say started and continued, I don't mean present. I mean it started somewhere in the past and continued till another time in the past. Like here, started in the past and continued for 2 hours also in the past. Now, you might ask me this question. Does it mean that the action is completed? Yes. Definitely. Even if it's progressive, it doesn't mean it's happening now. This is present continuous. It doesn't mean that it's still happening at the present time, whether it's at the moment or any time in the present. It means one thing, it's stopped. Okay? But you might say, teacher, then why do we use it? Why do I have to use a tense in the past to show that I started and it's all in the past? We use it specifically to highlight the duration in the past. Okay, maybe I want to tell you how long did I spend doing something, and it's in the past, it's over. Because if we rely only on the present perfect continuous, my let's say my sentence will only mean that it's still happening till now, and this is not my intention. I want the listener to understand that this action started in the past, took a period of time, and then ended in the past. More examples. It says they had been talking for over an hour before Tani arrived. So they had been talking for an hour. Excuse me. What does that mean? It means they started talking before an hour. They kept on talking for an hour time, and then they stopped. Why did the speaker decided to use this tense? To show you the duration. Okay, how long did they spend doing the talking? He had been working at the company for 3 years when it went out of business. So this person wanted to tell you how many years he spent in this company. Doesn't mean does this sentence mean he's still working? Definitely not. It's not working, even if you don't have the sentence that shows it went out of business. How long had you been waiting to get on the bus? And Mike wanted to sit down because he had been standing all day at work. Is he standing till now? No, it's over.
No.
Again, why did we choose to say had been standing? Because I wanted to focus on the duration. I wanted to show you how long. Okay, so I figured out that it's easier when you try to compare, because students understand when when you put the different tenses together and you show them the differences. The differences help you to understand better. This is what I believe. Okay, so present perfect continuous and past perfect continuous using the same sentence with different timelines. Let's see together. So the present perfect continuous, and it says, I have been working in Microsoft for 14 years. Okay, now the past perfect continuous, same thing, but I had been working in Microsoft for 14 years. Now, what do you think is the main difference here? What makes this sentence way different in meaning than this sentence? And that's why, guys, tenses are amazing, okay? Because they change the meaning. Using a specific tense changes everything, okay? And maybe that's why you feel, guys, we focus on tenses a lot, okay? Because it changes the way you speak. It changes the way you write, because you have to learn when to use the correct tense to deliver the message you have in mind. Okay, does anybody want to try to guess the differences? Okay, I'll leave the participation for the questions. Let me do it for you. So let's start with this one. So I have been working, other than the form, by the way, I'm not talking about differences in the form because it's pretty obvious that we have been working and had been working. I'm talking about the meaning. Now, if this person comes to me, okay, and he says, I have been working in Microsoft for 14 years, what I will understand immediately, okay, is that he started before 14 years until now he works in the company, okay? So this person is still working in Microsoft. Again, he started in the past before 14 years until now, present time, he works in this company. Now, on the other hand, if someone comes to me and he says, I had been working in Microsoft for 14 years, I will understand the following, that this person is no longer working at Microsoft. Okay, so I will understand this on a timeline. He started 14 years and it ended, it's over. So is he working in this company? No, he's not working anymore. And think of it as the magic of using tenses. I don't have it here, but I want to say it to you guys. Now, what if I said I have, let's say I'm using present perfect simple. I have worked in my art, for example, for 5 years. I have worked. Immediately you would understand the same thing. Because remember when I told you that the present perfect continuous is really close to the present perfect simple, but the idea is that this tense highlights duration. So when I say, for example, I have worked in my art for 5 years, you will understand that Miss Rima started until now she works in my art. Okay, she didn't leave. Now, but if I come to you and I say, guys, oh, I had worked in my art, what would you understand? Can I use this? No, because we said we use the past perfect simple to talk about an action that occurred before. So if you want to highlight that you're no longer working at that space, you have two options. You either use the simple past or you use the past perfect continuous. So you would highlight the duration for the person and at the same time you would tell them that you stopped. I hope it's clear. Okay, questions time. Okay, Huda, thumbs up. Exercise time. Anybody? Let's start. It is kind of a lazy day, and yesterday was. I was asking myself, where is summer? I know the summer vacation is gone, but the weather too. This is not there. I bet the winter people are happy. It's really cold. Okay. Anybody? Huda Al-Haj. Yes, Huda. Yes, dear. This is the first one.
I had to have a break. I've been working so long.
Good job. So I need a break because I had been driving so long, okay? It highlighted the duration. Thank you so much. Let's see, anybody else? Okay. Sorry, it's taking me a while to find. Looking. It says like some people raised their hands, but when I check, there is no hand. Okay, Jawad. Yes, Jawad.
Before we parked our car,
Raise your voice, Jawad, please. Yes.
before we parked our car, we had to buy the ticket.
Had collected or bought. So be
Ah.
careful with using, both are correct by the way you say bought to, but be careful with verb three. Thank you so much, Jawad. Okay, someone else. I arrived on Sunday. Okay, Celine, trying to find you. Here's Celine. Okay, Hala. Yes, Hala, please. Hala or Hala, I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hala, okay, hi. Hala.
So I arrived on Saturday. I had stayed at home for 2 days. Had stayed.
Had stayed, but I arrived, so you were not actually at home. So stay actually, okay, sorry, you're right. Can work, stayed, can work, I had, but you have to write it at the negative form to show that you were not there, because it says
Okay.
arrived, okay? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, anyone else to do the last one? Us. Okay, is that something? No. Come on, guys, it's easy. Nobody? Okay. Jawad is saving me today. Looking for you, Jawad.
The roads were blocked in the morning. It has been all at night. Wait,
Forget about the has, okay? Just use something else. It's
it
kind of,
had been.
it had been raining all night. So
Mm.
once I say had been raining or snowing, does it mean that it's still happening? No, it's over. It's not happening anymore. Thank you so much, Jawad. Okay. Gonna stop the recording. Does anybody have any question or anything? Nizar.
No.
Okay, anything you want to tell me before we leave? Questions, comments? Like this is a very flexible class, okay? You can ask anything. If you want me to like revise something in specific, even if it's not on my schedule, I'll do it for you. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, you can leave. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.